What is up, everyone? Happy Monday. We got a lot to talk about now, don't we? Hopefully everyone was able to get a little of this dip action, but let's go over it. Let's talk about where we're going. Is this the final support level? Is the bounce incoming? We got to talk about the macro. We got to talk about Daddy Bitcoin, because obviously Bitcoin controls where we are going. Let's give it a second. Let everyone start to roll in. Make sure if you're coming in over on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button for me. It will help out the live. Usually we're only live on Wednesday. Back in cold Illinois, man, that is, no thanks, man. You should keep it. You can keep all that coldness up there. Rusty says, oh, we need some serious psychological help today. Yeah, I got you, man. Crypto Prince, hi all. Did you buy the dip? Should have sold it at 360. Now we're going higher. We're going a lot higher than 360. Young says, bro, it's obvious it's crashing steadily on downtrend for a couple of weeks. On Friday it plummets. Watch it. It's not going to see $2 price range for at least a couple of weeks. It's all downhill. I do not think so, my friend. I do not think so. I do not think that is the case one bit. We're going to talk about it. Yo, sports girl, dude, welcome. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Let's fire up the old camera, dust it off. It wasn't ready to come out of retirement today. What's up, everyone? We got my XRP shirt hanging behind me. Hopefully everyone's having an amazing day. No Clarity Act until next year. That is very true. No Clarity Act until next year. Wasn't it supposed to be August at first? Well, they said it was supposed to be around like Thanksgiving, before Thanksgiving, but obviously that didn't go to plan with the government shutdown and everything. It's coming. It should be coming in the beginning. I would say at some point in Q1 we should be getting it, and we're going to be all right. We're going to be good. We are going to be good. Beard's looking nice. It is. It's coming in, isn't it? Coming in. I gotta take it off. I've been too lazy to shave it though. I bought the dip and we'll keep buying. I love XRP. That's the way to do it. The way to do it is to buy the dip. You got to buy the dip. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about Bitcoin, because obviously everything is going to be based upon Bitcoin and what Bitcoin's going to do, right? I put out a post. December 7th was the exact day. And I said, look, we got one key number on Bitcoin. It's 94,000. It remains to be 94,000. 94,000 is the level Bitcoin needs to break above. If it breaks above, we're going to go back up. We're going to retest that psychological level sitting around 100K. We failed to break it multiple times. What happened? We got some nasty flushes in the market. Currently sitting at 86,000. Is this the bottom to the T? I don't know. Is it close? 100%. Could it go to 85, 85 and a half? Sure. 84, of course, right? Are we seeing that move back down, though, to that $74,000 region right now? No. This is what I'm pushing out. This is what I'm looking for here. This is very simple. I'm expecting Bitcoin to go and make a run back up towards that upper 90 to 100,000, if not a little bit over $100,000 region. That's what I'm expecting to play out. What is that going to do? That's going to cause the entire market to rise, right? We're going to bring the total cryptocurrency market cap back way above 3 trillion. Everyone's going to get super euphoric again. And then I expect Bitcoin to roll over. I expect Bitcoin to go back into its deathbed. And then I expect your altcoins to gain rally. What do I believe should have happened? Is this all should have played out by now? And we should have been seeing this rally right now. It should have been underway for altcoins, right? But the government shut down. Everything got pushed back. Everything got delayed. Nothing we can do about that. So we're rolling this over into Q1. It doesn't cancel everything. It rolls it. That's all it's doing. The government shutdown was a huge catalyst that caused a lot to slow down. ETFs, what do? They bring institutional money. Institutional money, what does that do? Well, that then opens the door to the general public. The general public then pumps crypto, where you get, your blow off tops where you hear about the news talking about, and Bitcoin's doing these crazy numbers in XRP. Well, that all got delayed because of the shutdown itself. We are good here. We're in a very, very good spot. XRP to Bitcoin hasn't broken its key level of 2100 Satoshis. Perfect. XRP can run all the way back to about 55 cents before it breaks its bullish structure. Not even close to that. Everything is still on the sides of altcoins here. We have time. It's just been delayed. Look, I wanted it as much as you, right? I wanted this run right now. At this moment, I wanted the Santa rally, but government shutdown threw a wrench in everything. And that's exactly what we're looking at here. Bitcoin's going to go on a little bit of a run here. Is Bitcoin going to go to 150, 200,000? It does not look like that. 94 is a massive line in the sand. 100,000 is a massive line in the sand. We need to see how the markets react around that. But your assets that have ETFs, your assets that have index funds, those are going to be the ones that propel forward, that run by itself. Lakeland, Florida, what's up, my man? David, what about the 59 to 60,000 on January 15th decision for MicroStrategy and Bitcoin? Are you talking about, what are you talking about, the selling options? Yo, Husky Time, what's up, man? Troy, I see you. Put a fork in it. It's done. $3 topped out. No shot. No shot. It's making a new all-time high. In 2026, XRP is making a new all-time high. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Institutions only ones making money right now. Well, no, you have to think the institutions are losing money too, right? Because their ETFs or spot ETFs, they have to buy the asset at that price. So a lot of them came in, bought XRP up in that $2 range. So they're down as well. Everyone's down. And remember, institutions are not going to lose here. Your institutions are going to win. Institutions can't, they're not going to lose. They're not stupid. If the institutions thought this bull run was over, these ETFs would have been deleted as well, right? Think about that. But the institutions are buying. These are spot. They must buy the asset. They're not going to jump into this thing at the top. Institutions do not buy tops. Institutions, they buy not bottoms, but they buy midish, and then they form tops is what institutions do. $500, it won't what? What won't? XRP $500? No shot. What? Live on a Monday? Yeah, Papa Bear. We jump on real quick. We want to talk about the market. Little quick sentiment update. Get everyone's emotions in check, because right now the sentiment on social media is crazy. People think it's over. It's not going to go. This seemed XRP narratives, but that ain't the way it's going to go. That's not the way it's going to go. No one's here for an all-time high. Well, but you know what? Look, I agree for comment. I understand your point. I'm with you. I'm not here for an all-time high. I'm not even here for a $5, $8 XRP. I'm here for higher targets. I agree with you, but we need to make a new all-time high to enter price discovery in order to see those larger targets, right? And we've stated before, all-time high, that region is going to be one of the toughest points for XRP to break past. It is for any asset. So we're good. Rusty says, institutions are buying over the counter on self-determined contracts. I bet they have negotiated low buy-ins. No, that's not true. That is not true. Institutions who buy OTC, they are not getting these super secret deals. Think about it. If you are an over the counter, right? And Grayscale or someone comes to you and they're like, look, man, I want 5 million XRP. I know it's trading at $2, but I want you to give it to me for $1.50. Why would you? If you don't give it to them, where are they going to get it? Who's going to give them such a sweet deal on that? They'll tell them, go kick rocks. Go to the public order book and buy it. And you're definitely not going to get it for $2. You're going to get it from anywhere from $2 all the way up to like $10, $12, because that's how high the price is going to jump on this thing. Over the counter is not stupid. They do not operate like that. They do not do bulk discounts, secret private deals where they get a better price. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. They wouldn't do it. Bullwinkle Army, that's right. David, yes, David nailed it. This is an accumulation zone. This entire thing that you see on your screen right here, dating back to that October 10th, this is all one massive accumulation. If we look at the daily, we could even stretch this bad boy out here. Let me get rid of my little pen. Go away. This is just accumulation. It's chop. It is a massive, massive accumulation range that goes from about 260 to about $2. That's all accumulation in there. That's all this is. I hope Michael Cera's whirling his brown trousers today. Yo, Sailor ain't nervous. That dude's not gonna get liquidated. It needs to go down to like 15K. I think even lower. Joe says, when do you estimate over-the-counter sales to finish so they can start buying from exchanges? Joe, so we look at the volume. The volume started out hot. We were averaging around 40 million a day. That's really cooled off. I think we're in the upper 20s. So if we wanted to say, and it all depends, if we base the over-the-counter supply, we'll say 3 to 5 billion, you're looking at mid-summer, it would run out. If it stays where we're at, obviously, if we don't get any additional ETFs, if we don't get any additional baskets or index funds that come on, right? If we just stick with these 5. But that can all change. That can all speed up. The more ETFs we get, the more index funds that come out. And it can all change with one name entering the space. And that name is BlackRock. BlackRock comes in, the amount of volume that they will bring to this thing will suck up supply faster than anyone has ever seen. Or if we get a Fidelity, a Goldman Sachs, a Van Eck, any of those massive players, a Goldman, will speed this up. But right now, we're looking at 5 ETF issuers. Your biggest one is probably Bitwise. I think Franklin Templeton is right behind them at number 2. The other ones, Canary, tiny. Grayscale's tiny as well. 21 shares is okay. They're more like a medium to smallish range. I would put around them. But we're missing the big boys. You have to understand, Bitcoin, when its ETFs came out, it had those massive names backing it that was scooping everything up. But if you just look today, BlackRock has like, I think it's like 58 or 48 jobs posted for digital assets. Shit's starting to heat up. 750 by year end. No shot. Not even close. Not even close. That's wildness. That's wildness. Rusty says, thanks for the OTC. Can you please explain the support levels, how they are created, and another price has fallen, so why people must be selling? So remember though, retail is not controlling the price that you see on these books. If me and you were to sell right now, the price wouldn't hiccup. This is all market manipulation by your market makers. That is what you are looking at. They are forcing these prices down. Let's remove the drawings. So your support and resistance on this is pretty simple. Red, those are your resistant levels going up to the top. We are currently chilling in this massive support region, which goes anywhere from $1.80 to about $1.91. That's where we're at. Then obviously back to $2 to $2.10. How these are created is the amount of money that is put within these levels on the exchanges, on your public order book. So the volume that you see in here is going to be millions beyond millions. And these are all created by your market makers. Your market makers control these walls. The general public, we're not hitting a public order book. If the general public had millions of dollars, they're not using a public order book to trade on. They're not buying, they're not selling from it. These orders are all put in by market makers to hold these prices within ranges, because market makers, remember, how does a market maker make money? Market maker makes money by shorts and longs on the market. They liquidate. Blockchain technology, everything's an open book. They know exactly the levels they need to push prices either up or down to liquidate your longs and shorts. If they see the market is over leveraged, it is over longed, what are they going to do? They're going to crash the price. They're going to wipe out the longs, right? It's a clean slate. All that money comes to them, and then they're going to send the prices back up. If the market is over shorted, they do the opposite, right? They flush the market up, so they remove liquidity from these regions. They remove your liquidity. They move the price up. Your short gets liquidated. They collect again, right? You're playing against the house. You don't beat the house. We all know you don't beat the house. So that's what we're looking at. Rusty, hopefully that cleared it up. I did just drop a video on this channel. Go check it out. It's a 2026 XRP price prediction video, it's not crazy numbers. We're talking more about the fundamentals, what we're looking for, your catalyst. I talk about numbers where we can get, but what we need to line up for it. Go give that a watch. It is a beautiful, beautiful video I made. You're going to like it. I promise you. Jay Clever is saying he's holding the line. He has to hold the line. He has to hold the line. What do you want him to do? You know, you want him to crumble, fall? Look, Clever made a prediction in 2024 saying XRP was going to be 3 digits. It didn't work out, obviously. He made a prediction in 2025. He added another 0. He said it's going to be 4 digits. It's not even going to be close to playing out. And now he's 2026 prediction. He added another 0. There's a repeating pattern here, folks. It's just like Bearable Guy, 589 back in 2017. And we didn't get to $5.89. You know what I mean? We have a long ways to go before we see these high digit numbers. We need catalyst. We do not have a catalyst. We don't have utility. We need everyday utility of XRP being used. I talk about that in the video. I talk about how the price of XRP moves. XRP is not a meme coin. You need to remember that. It's not a meme coin. It doesn't move off of hype. It doesn't move off of good news. It moves off of utility. That is one key thing that we are missing right now is utility. We need daily usage of XRP. We need the network effect. We don't have it yet. It is coming. Your Clarity Act is going to bring the institutions in. Right? Step 1 was clarity on the Rippleverse SEC lawsuit, giving the green light in the US. Step 2 is your ETFs. Step 3 were the CME spot futures that went today. I did a video on that of what those spot futures do and why they're going to increase price. And now we need network usage. That is what we need. We're missing it. We do not have it. If you don't believe me, go look up the XRP ledger, go look at transactions, go look at uses. It is not there yet, but that is coming. But whenever you get involved with a token that is trying to replace a financial system, is working with banks and governments, unfortunately, those companies, those entities, they move very, very slowly. And that's where we're at right now. They move very slowly. But we just got to chill. We know where it's going. The question is, when does it go there? Right? When does it make that leap? But we know when it's going. Justin, I need Christmas money. I'm about to sell. Oh, man. Look, give out some XRP for Christmas. There's your Christmas money. We're good. We're good. That's it. I don't know who's not going to like XRP for Christmas. VSTP, reverse carry trade first. Real test for XRP potentially. I think XRP's real test is going to be with a remittance company or with a bank using the network and showcasing it, even a central bank, or even just getting them on the network of RLUSD. We need to start with, reverse carry trade is a massive, massive jump point, leap point, right? We need to start small. We need to start small, almost like proof of concept stage small, even though we're past that, if you know what I mean here. All starts with sell me this pen. That's right, Smoltzy. I need a mini rally before the end of the year to pay taxes and bills I bought in low 6 years ago. Well, hey, maybe you got 2 weeks left. Maybe you get that mini rally now. Maybe you get that mini rally now. Question is, where is your mini rally going to go? And what do you need? You know what I mean? Mars says, so why are we even paying attention to it? Just set price alerts. Why do we all watch this? We're waiting for it to be used. Well, we pay attention to it because we can't get enough of it. We love it. XRP, Ripple, are part of our daily lives at this point. And we're just waiting for that one breakthrough. I've been here for 8 years waiting for the one breakthrough. I'll be here another 8 if it takes that long. You know what? Because 16 years in the market, it hella beats working for 35 years at an 8 to 5 and waking up to an alarm clock. I'll take 16 years over 35 years any day, my friend. That's what we look at. 6% down in a day. How can you be excited about this? It's simple, because the accumulation phase is coming to an end. That's how we get excited about it. Your accumulation phase is coming to an end. That's what we're seeing here. We're just seeing a massive accumulation a massive coil, which pretty much been the whole year up 2025. We can argue about the pump over the summer, and we can say it's been the second half of 2025, but it's coming to an end. And when it comes to an end, what we have seen in 2017, 2020, and in 2024 over November is that this thing runs, and when it runs hot. It did a 700% move in 2024 over your Thanksgiving break is when it started, all the way into January. 6 weeks, 700%. It went on an absolute tear. That's what it does. It coils, 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 and then it moonshots. That's what XRP does. I have confidence in the system, but if everything price relies on money maker, why would it let it rise and not just keep chopping volatility and profit? Because remember, Rusty, the higher the price, the more money the market makers make, right? Because hey, this is what a market maker does, okay? So a market maker, they get into a contract with a company. So think about this. This was like, say 2013, them and Ripple sat down. They're like, look, we want you to do the order books for XRP. And they tell them all the exchanges they want them to do the order books on. They say, no problem. We need you to provide us 20 million XRP and we'll control the liquidity. We'll do all the books for you. And then there's a strike price. What that strike price is it gives them an option to either buy back that XRP for them or get back the XRP for them, or they keep that XRP and then they can profit off of it. So if you're a market maker, are you going to return XRP to them, or are you going to keep that XRP and run books? That's the shortcut version of it, but it's pretty much how they work. Just dollar cost average to 2030. You know, I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that. ASQG, is the Japan rate hike priced into this drop, or slow bleed and sell off will it continue? I believe what we saw today, I think that's your pricing. I honestly don't think Bitcoin is going that much lower from here. I think the region we're at, 85, 86,000, we're going to get a support bounce from. I think we get a relief bounce here back up into that upper $90,000 to $100,000 region. I mean, remember, Bitcoin, if it drops below, I believe the impulse on Bitcoin was 74,000 where it started. If we do not get that bounce and this thing tanks even lower to 74K, then we're in some serious trouble. I mean, could it go, as I said in the beginning of the stream, could it go to 84, 83?